should have been ready for this conversation. I really should have, but fear grips me anyway. I'm in my daughter's room, my youngest daughter, my baby girl. And I don't know if you noticed about my baby girl, but she is daddy's girl. And I'm a girly dad, so it works out great. And we plop down on her bed. The bed is got the bed sheet there with the cartoon characters. I think it's got Frozen on there and all the different people. It is time for our ritual bedtime story. And so we got a book out, and we've got her, and we have an audience, the baby doll elite, if you will. There's Barbie and Elmo and Doc McStuffin. We are all there for our regular thing. This is how I want my life to be every chance I get. And that's when baby girl says to me, Daddy, I have something to tell you. Now, I don't know about you, but when your little chocolate-covered baby girl with the big brown eyes and the braids says this to you, I mean, you gotta listen. So what is it, baby? My crush has a crush on me. Your crush? Because, see, I get it. I mean, I know why a guy would crush on her. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but me and my wife, we do good work, is what it is. But what do you mean that you got a crush? And then, because, like, my dad brain, like, vapor locks, and now I'm thinking through, like, oh, my God, what's next? I'm reading in between the lines now, and I'm thinking what she's really saying is like, oh, we like each other. What's next, Dad? And I know what's next. I don't like what's next. You don't get to do what's next. That's what's going on in my mind. My mind goes to three places. First of all, who is this boy? Secondly, thank God you did not tell your mother first. And then finally, wonder what the housing market in Alaska is like. I just don't know. See, I'm glad she didn't tell her mom first. My wife is from Southeast DC, which I'm not sure of how many of you are familiar with that, but it's like the training ground for Wakanda warriors is what it is. These women take no mess. It's very regimented. There are things that are going to happen. And if this conversation would have been with my wife, I could say, crush. You can't have no crush. Ain't no crush nothing around here. You can't have a crush. You can't have a squeeze. You can't even have nothing tight. Like, none of that. And then, I gotta be honest with you. Now, this is my second daughter. This is my baby girl. So you would think with an older daughter, I would have already had this conversation and I would be ready. No. Here's the thing. I thought I had more time. Baby girl is 8, right? My oldest was in high school when this came up. So this is a pop quiz I was not expecting. I mean, at best, what I figured is, I'd have to have a conversation, when they go through puberty, which is what I would like to call God's way of forcing you to have uncomfortable conversations. Then I started thinking through, like, well, what were those things? Because knowing that I had another daughter, I was like, well, how do I get ready for it? There was these books and the videos and the YouTube stuff, and I collected all that stuff. I didn't look at it, but I got to collect it. It's got room on my hard drive, on my computer. It's probably slowing down the speed and everything else. Again, I thought I had more time. I vaguely remember as I think through some of that stuff, like, one of the things they said in there is that daughters look for boys who remind them of their dad. I can't think of any afro-wearing kid in her class. And I better not find one with a mustache. That's a whole different problem. I take a deep breath because I realized that baby girl is waiting for an answer. She's been waiting for a few seconds. Actually, her and the baby doll elite have been waiting for this answer. I said, so, why don't you tell me more about this young man? He's nice. In my mind, no. He's a boy. They're all evil. I'm the only good boy you will ever know in your life. So tell me more. Like, so what about him? Well, he does nice things. He opens doors for me, and he shares his lunch, and he says nice things when I cry, and all the things you do for mommy and me. She has one Christmas without really even trying, right? Like I told you, I'm a girly dad. I'm not even, so I know this is going well. So we talk, and I listen. And I gotta tell you something. I'm still not ready. Like, she's 11 now. I'm still not ready. But I take heart in knowing that we're at least having these conversations and we're going through with it. I'm still a little hesitant to say anything to my wife. And I'm still checking out the housing market in Alaska because I just don't know how this will end. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.